Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. So this video today, it's on a 2010 Vauxhall or Opel Astra, is the Astra J with the 1.4 petrol engine. Now, if you do watch my channel, you most likely have seen a video for this car. So the car came back, however, not for the same problem. So this car has been for sale since I have worked on it the last time, and the car just developed an engine light. So if you want to know what the initial problem with the car was, please just go in the description below. I'm gonna leave a link in there for the video. But basically the issue was the radiator fans was constantly working from the moment you'd put the key in the ignition. So that's not why the car came back. The car came back, let me show you, because of, I need to press the clutch, guys, hold on. Came back because of that light. So I haven't scanned the car yet, so I don't know what the issue is, but that's what the problem, that's the engine light on. The radiator fans, they don't run constantly anymore, so I can show you, hold on a second. So as you can see, the car is running apparently normal. But with no further ado, let's gonna scan the car and see which codes we do have. Okay, and let's gonna go quickly to a manual select. SEM. Okay, read fault codes, and my codes are radiator, coolant temperature, sensor circuit, low voltage. Radiator, coolant temperature, sensor circuit, low voltage. Have I done anything with that sensor at all on the last video I've done for this car? I don't think I did. Let's go and have a look. Okay, so I just had a quick look. The sensor in the radiator is definitely plugged in, but I think we're gonna have to do a few checks. The only problem with this is I think this code is not present anymore. If I clear the codes, most likely the code will go away. But I think another way for us to, let me start the engine again, just quickly. Let's just quickly, because I think I had a, no, I don't want to clear the code. Let's go to there, and I think engine cooling data. Okay, so can I select everything? Yep. Okay, so all my so they all look okay. My voltage references, see temperatures now, radiator, etc. Whoa. That one doesn't look right. That one doesn't look right. But etc, that's engine coolant temperature. Is that the one that's gonna be? There's another one there. Intake air temperature, which looks bad as well to me. Okay, so I think, looking at these, I think I'm gonna have a problem somewhere that is affecting two things. One, my intake air temperature. Well, I hope there's one fitted. I haven't checked yet, but that minus 40 to me, it looks wrong, obviously. And then as you come up and you have my ETC, there we go, most likely it's going to be that sensor. So it would show me minus 40. I think the temperature sense, there's a couple temperature sensors I think on this car, and I think some of them they might not show here. Hold on, because I think there's one dedicated for the cluster, even because if you look at the cluster you can see some readings in there. So let's go back, see if I can find my instrument cluster, read data stream. Let's select everything. So air temperature, bus temperature. That's now interesting. I don't have a... That's really weird now. No, no codes. Okay, unless this info is sent to here, to the cluster, through the network, through the CAN bus. And, okay, so, okay, it might be the top down. That's another thing. It might be that other tools show me different live data, I think, don't know. But, based on those two readings, on the trouble code, based on the trouble code and on those two readings, the intake air temperature and the radiator or ETC, engine or ECT, engine coolant temperature, based on those two readings of minus 40, that means to me is, I guess it's either short to 5 volts or short to ground, or the 5 volts are missing there. Even though the ECU is reporting all the 5 volts reference, they are okay, does not necessarily mean they're actually reaching all the sensors. So it could be that's a common issue to those two sensors. Let's go and have a look and find out. And just before we do it, I decided to do something else. So the last time I've worked on this car was a couple of days ago, but in the meantime I checked the engine, and as I have inspected around, I've started to understand a little bit more how the system works, and the wire diagrams actually confirmed. So the reason why you have the temperature okay in there is because it's a different sensor. So there is two sensors, and as you have seen by the code, the one that is reporting the fault is the radiator temperature sensor, wherever that is. So I have the diagrams here. I'm going to show you, and basically what we do have is this. So quite self-explanatory. There is two sensors, a coolant temp, which I believe is the one close to the head on that outlet from the engine. I believe is the one in there, which I will show you later. And that one is a straight connection into the ECU. The radiator outlet, however, does have a plug in between in there, and for some odd reason they changed the pin numbers, really ridiculous. But anyway, but basically what you have is this sensor, as you can see, it actually comes inside the fuse box. The diagrams just shows a complete loop inside the fuse box and comes back into the engine ECU. So this is my pins, the colors of the wires. I hope I got the right engine. I select the engine XER, I believe is this is the one, but it looks like it's okay. I haven't checked the colors, the wires, the color of the wires yet, but I'm gonna be based on this diagram, and let's gonna check it out then. So that's my coolant temperature sensor, if I'm not mistaken. For some reason I was thinking it was that one, but according to the wires color of the wires is actually that one. And the other one, actually, I think I found my issue already. But just let me place the phone in different... Hold on. Okay, as much as I was trying, the camera is not going to show because it's too far away. But I want you to look. So this is the plug for my temperature sensor, which is right there. Yeah, you can show you right there at the bottom of the radiator. And as soon as I unplugged it, I want you to look very careful. Come on. Focus on this side, on the pin on your left. Come on, focus on the plug. Yeah, can you see that? Can you see that little bit of like lime scale or whatever? So yeah, I think that sensor is leaking, if not completely gone. Now, what I can't understand is why my intake temperature sensor was also showing that 0. However, it's not actually reporting faults for it. So, but one thing at a time. So this looks to me like it's bad. So let's go and investigate this further. Okay, and the first thing I've done was remove the plugs from the ECU. Make sure the water has not been pushed all the way back through the wires, through the inside of the wires up to here. Both, I believe this comes, I don't know which one this comes to, if it's the top or the bottom, but they both look cleaned. So it's actually on A, I think 52, 51, it was on plug A, not sure which one was J2, J1, not sure. Anyway, they look cleaned. There's no signs of water, so should be alright. So let's gonna focus on the plug at the other end. Okay, so I managed to pull the plug all the way up here. As you can see, there is a little bit of corrosion in there, but now I have the machine here ready. So as you can see in there, radiant, minus 40, just as it was before. Now a quick test here to see if my wires are good all the way back to the ECU, and that the ECU is actually reading is actually quite simple. So at the moment we have an open circuit basically. Yeah, it's not connected, it's an open circuit, and it's reading the minimum temperature possible, which is minus 40. Now what we're going to do is we're going to short the two wires, which is going to be the voltage reference with that one. I could measure to see if I have 5 volts, but at the moment I just want to do a quick test, which is going to be doing this. Let's show you. So we're going to put this on one. Oh, come on. And there. You can see this is just a loop. Now we're going to put this on my other one. And look at that. Radiator, coolant, temperature sensor, 148 degrees. Now I'm going to disconnect. Minus 40. Going to connect it again. 140. So basically what we are simulating is an open circuit and a short to voltage. And when you do that, it goes to maximum and to the minimum the sensor can actually read. So this proves to me all my wires are good and my problem is my sensor. It's that simple. No ifs or buts. It's gonna get a sensor and get it replaced. Okay, and 30 pounds later we have a new sensor. We're gonna get it replaced. I'm gonna do that off camera, but basically what I'm gonna do is just try to pull the one that's there out and push this one in. Try to lose as less coolant as possible. So yeah, I'm gonna put some I usually use oil or Vaseline. I usually use Vaseline, to be honest. So I'm gonna put a little bit of Vaseline around this seal so it slides in properly. But yeah, that's gonna get replaced and see if that fixes my problem. Okay, a new sensor in place. So that's the old sensor. Not rocket science, really. There is a clip in a sort of a fork shape that goes on the top. You just pull it out, slide one sensor out, the other one in. Job done, really. So now let's gonna start the car. I've been checking. It seems that there is no leaks. Obviously, we'll be starting the car. And actually, even before that, oh, let me, sorry about that. Let me see if I can get to live data again without having to come out of the ECU. See if it connects. It actually did. Actually, let's gonna go back and just look for what I need, which is where is that? There we go. And there you have 40 degrees, which to be honest is about right. External temperature is 5, so I guess that's fine. So if I start my engine now, I guess my light, is that gonna clear itself or is gonna still show a fault? No, it doesn't. Look at that. I haven't even cleared the faults and the light is gone. Still, we're gonna clear the faults, obviously. So, as you can see, when I shorted the sensor, the wires, there we go. So the low one and the high. If I want to clear the faults, yes. Let's read it again. There we go, no faults. Just one more time, we're gonna look quickly. I just would like to see my temperature start to go up. Okay, and I actually came back to this screen just to check, because if you remember at the start of the video was 3 sensors that was reading -40. So I'm not sure, but somehow that sensor was affecting all these other sensors, because now I have readings from all of them. So I have the car here running now for about 15 minutes. As you can see, the engine is now up to temperature 90 degrees, and as you can see in there, my radiator temperature is now, well, it's going up, is now 40 degrees nearly. Obviously the radiator is going to always be lower than the engine itself, and as you can see also it's quite cold outside. So my intake air temperature was also now reading, as you can see now is reading 14 degrees, and was another sensor, which one was that one? As you can see, the engine coolant temperature, which is the one in engine block at the top, as you can see as well, is reading absolutely fine. Is asking for 105, that's when the cooling fans are gonna kick in, but as you can see in there, 91 degrees. So everything is okay, really. Everything's absolutely perfect, working absolutely fine. I'm happy with the results. I wish all the problems were this easy to diagnose and to repair. Would be fantastic. Unfortunately, it's not always like this. That date is correct. By the time you're going to watch this video, it's going to be a few months down the line. But indeed, today is the 21st of November 2019. So, well, actually, you're going to watch this video next year. So, anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. I hope there's some information, maybe the way I've approached the problem, maybe the way I've diagnosed it, the way I tested it. I just hope you find it useful. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do have any questions, any comments, please put them below. And like always, thanks for watching.